Hey, Bookworms of Concord, I got another book recommendation for you. This time it's in the nonfiction genre, which it might not seem like based on my videos on here that I read a lot of nonfiction books. I actually do. And I'll read a lot of, as a pastor, I obviously read a lot of theology books, but every now and then I like to read psychology books, and I would like to read more like neurobiology books. I used to read those kinds of books a lot when I was a teenager. But what makes this quite the divergence from the normal nonfiction books that I've read in the past is that it's actually an autobiography. And I normally don't find those interesting at all, or even biographies. But it's The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. As an autobiography, this is a true story. It's not exactly a memoir, at least it's not classified as one. Again, written by Corrie ten Boom herself, who is no longer with us. And in this book, she tells her dark yet inspiring tale of surviving a concentration camp as a Dutch Reformed Christian woman. And having been instrumental in providing a hiding place for Jews in her father's little watchmaking store and home during Holland's Nazi occupation. And Corrie's story further tells us how God is our true hiding place. In the words, the phrase is really coming from Isaiah 32 verse 2, how God is our true, as it says, hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So that's really the main theme that goes throughout the autobiography. And it's just an unlikely story of audacious evangelism, an audacious story of evangelism, and that Christ is the rock cleft for you and me. And not only does her story help reveal how others besides Jews suffered at the hands of the evil Nazis, but her words also help provide encouragement during a time of any type of suffering the reader may be going through. This was actually recommended to me by a friend on Twitter, who said that this has been, I believe she said she was the one teaching confirmands at her Lutheran church, and she would recommend this, or not recommend this, but she would have the confirmands read this book as a lesson on vocation when they were talking about that during confirmation class. And so she had recommended it to me, and that's literally the only reason why I even read this autobiography, because like I said, I don't normally read these kinds of books, but she recommended it to me, so I figured it would be good. And yeah, it's very good. It's very enlightening. It's of course, with it being about the Holocaust, and the ways that Christians themselves have suffered by the hands of the Nazis, there are really sad and dark moments, but with it being a Christian story and her survival, there is this bright light on the horizon, and that light is, of course, Christ, who is the light of the world, right? So yeah, this was a phenomenal book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. As it says, this is the 35th anniversary edition, and because this is an anniversary edition, there's both a foreword and a preface. And normally I don't read those. There's an introduction as well. Normally I don't read those, but I do encourage you to read the foreword and the preface by two other people who wrote them. It has their names on the front cover there. And the introduction is like it's like half a page. So it's not really, that part's not really worth it, in my opinion. But yeah, and there are some photographs throughout the book as well, showing Corrie Tenenbaum and her family. It's just, this was quite phenomenal. I'm really glad I read it, and I'm glad it was recommended it to me, so now I'm recommending it to you. 5 stars. Okay, bye.